Geek Dad Life presents Toy Geeks, a live toy talk show. Tonight, we're going to share our favorite Christmas toy hauls, as well as share our current toy hauls. All that and more tonight on Toy Geeks. Hello, everybody. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Toy Geeks listeners. Viewers.
Ho, ho, ho.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
What are you, nuts?
Oh, man. Hopefully everybody out there is doing all right. And your toy shopping, if you have kids you're shopping for, maybe you're just shopping for yourself or another geek or whatever. I hope it's all successful. I hope it's all really successful. Hello, everybody. We got Jay in the house. Jay Gervis. Hello, Jay. Good to see you. Bolt Winkle 80. What's up, guys? Love that Hot Toys Kenner style. Boba Fett. It's looking about as clean as Boba Fett is currently. It's looking really good. You got
that thing got polished.
Yeah, exactly. Classic action figures. Hi, everyone. Hey, classic action figures. He said it again. Brad Brooks. I met Brad in real life. I'll share that story.
IRL?
In IRL. I met him. Not intended to, just happened to run into him. PD Dubs is in the house. Hey-o, PD Dubs. So did I say classic action figures? Anywho, so Brad, and the question he's asking is related to how I met Brad in real life. So he asked, were you able to secure the assets? So and hopefully my kids aren't watching this. I don't think they will be, but we may have been trying to help Santa Claus out by picking up some of the things on the kids' wish list. And our kids were at my parents' house. We kind of do this every year. They go to they go to the grandparents' house, and that's when Colleen and I will do the shopping. So anyway, one of the things that Alex really wanted on his list was a plush Baby Yoda. So I have the animatronic talking one, which he loves, but he really wanted like just an actual plush one that he can snuggle with. Alex is 2.5. That's what he wants. So we're like, okay, cool. And they had a crap ton of them at our local Target. But something happened between like the week before we went there and when we went there yesterday. They were completely out of all of them. They had like 15 the week before. Now they're all gone. So everybody apparently had done their Christmas shopping between then and the time we got there. So panic started to set in a little bit. It's like, crap. I hope we didn't miss out on our chance to get this Baby Yoda. And so we, you can look on the Target thing and see if it's in stock anywhere. It wasn't. We didn't see. But it's on our phones, not as good. So we get everything else just about that was on their Christmas list. And we get home and Colleen starts to dig even more. And she's like, oh my God, it says there's at least one in stock at the Briar Creek Target. And it's like, all right, but just so you know, like, you can say it in stock. It may, who knows? Like, it's kind of a crapshoot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I'm trying to share my toy hunting experience. But my wife's like, no, we got it. Just do it. Just jump in the car and go. I'm like, okay, all right. So like literally just in sweatpants, kind of in our end of the evening garb, and we race to the Briar Creek. And Colleen for the first time is like riding shotgun on a toy hunt. And then I was like, all right, so this is it. We're in the game now. She's like, I don't like it. It's too stressful. And I was like, I know, but it may not be there.
This is how we live.
I know. So, I have my Briar Creek Target routine, which I have the area that I park. I have like the entrance that I take and the beeline that I go to the toy section. So I was like, you just need to follow me. Okay. So like I pull in generally to the normal spot and I jump out of the car and somebody's like, hey, Jay. And I'm like, what? Who do I know? And I see somebody get in the car that was like next to where I parked. And I was like, hey, how's it going? I was like, I couldn't really see who it was. I was like, we need to run in and get it. Like, hey, how's it going? And I run in. And then as I'm running in, I was like, God, that kind of looks like that kind of looked like Brad Brooks, but it's nighttime. It's like 9 o'clock or whatever. I was like, I wonder if that was Brad. I hope Brad doesn't think I was a jerk because I like ran and said hi and ran in. I was like, so hopefully I can like get the Yoda and try and find him again and say hi and just be like, I'm sorry it was so rushed. I was trying to find this baby Yoda. So we run into the thing. We find the aisle. It's not there. We asked the Target employee to look with the SKU. They couldn't find it. It's still saying it's in stock today, but it was somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
But crisis averted. It showed up, I think, in the Garner Target. Colleen bought it for pickup, so that drama is good. We're good. We did secure the asset. But then Brad was also eventually showed up in the toy aisle. And even though it was masked, I was like, I could still tell. I could still see this and above of Brad. And I was like, oh, and finally got to like actually, say hi in a less rushed fashion.
Yeah.
So anyway, Brad, you got to experience, what it's like when I'm on the hunt.
It doesn't just talk about it; you saw it in action.
Oh man, Brad says, they look like a SWAT team pulling up and booking it out of the car.
Was that the Mattel one? The Baby Yoda, the plush.
That's a bigger one. It has like a plastic head and it's plush underneath. He didn't like that one. It's a smaller one. It's maybe like this big, and it's all plush.
Okay,
that's the one that he really wanted. Because again, he really loves like the plush animals. His favorite is a Lotso Huggins bear from Toy Story. Even though he's the bad guy, he doesn't know that. He just calls him Pink Bear. He's had him forever. Smells like strawberries. So he loves like plushes and stuff like that. So anyway, it was a stressful minute. I felt like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jingle All the Way. But I feel I was more successful at least. But even that, I didn't wait till Christmas Eve. I was like, usually it was the first, close call we've had as parents.
Yeah.
Really stressful. But it's okay. It all worked out.
Excellent.
Toy Doc says Baby Yoda, the Turbo Man of 2020. But the thing that's crazy is they had an insane amount of, you remember, you probably, aisles full of Baby Yoda. Like our Target had an insane amount of Baby Yodas. And when we were there just yesterday, there was like 2 of the classic ones left. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same case with my Walmart. It's like they couldn't give them away for a month. They just kept coming in too. It's like they're not selling, but they're still replenishing and just getting deeper on the shelves.
It's crazy, but it's probably all the kids are like, I want Baby Yoda. Plus the second season, it's happening right now. I think it's been a really good season. So it's probably just like the right amount of just everything's happening at this moment. Where it's getting crazy. So it was stressful, but really cool to meet Brad. So that was really neat. It's always neat to meet people that you talk to on the internet. You never see their face or hear their voice. You like see them in real life. So that was really cool. Let's see. Let's check here. Elder Assassin. Hi guys. Eddie Aguilar says this is the way. Dave is here. What's up, Toy Geeks? What's up, Dave? Good to see you. All Music Fan 88's in the house. What's up, All Music Fan? PD Dub says the struggle is real for Grogu. It's insane. Jacob says such a relatable story. Most parents go through this at least once. It's true, but I feel like for at least us Toy Geeks, like I feel like we're seasoned vets at toy hunting, and it just like there were so many toys a week ago. I was like, because our normal day is usually this day. I was like, nothing seems out of whatever. So it was just like so trippy to be like, holy, I misplayed it. I misplayed my hand. I've screwed this up for my kids. I've ruined Christmas. But luckily it all worked out. Brett does a toy hunting machine. I don't know about that, Brad, but it was something to see, I'm sure. Target employee couldn't find it. Really, it's so strange. And I didn't want to push because they're stressed. It's a tough season.
Yeah.
A
But Target employee probably tucked it away for themselves.
Maybe, and if they did, cool, good for them. It's tough enough working retail during the holiday season. So if that's like their one benefit, so be it. Dang, grandmas and kids better look out. Toy hunters on the prowl. Oh man. Turbo Man, so expensive. I have a Turbo Man. I love it. It's so freaking. It's right there. Bryce, there he is, right there behind Stay Puft.
Oh yeah.
Complete, still works.
Gentle.
Turbo Man.
Did you pick that up around here?
Here we go. Sorry. You still did I?
No, you're good. Did you pick that up around here?
Hello?
At a show?
Yeah, so local toy shop Cro-Mag Toys got this in and I picked it up. I saw it at a toy show, Greensboro Toy Show the year before, and it was incomplete. It was missing the boomerang. I think it was missing the pack too, so it was just the figure, and he wanted like, I don't know, $100 for it. So I think Jason from Cro-Mag was at that show too. So he knew that I was looking for one because I was like, I don't know. So when they got this one in, he knew I was looking for it for like a year. So he messaged me on Facebook. He's like, hey, got this Turbo Man. You in? It's complete. I was like, hell yeah. And I think they had it for cheaper too. I think they sold this. I think they were selling it for $75. So
that's it.
I was all over that.
It's a good price.
Still works. Still.
You can always count on me. Good work, Booster.
Nobody likes Booster.
Beware of evildoers. You can always count on me.
They should have done.
Of evildoers.
And then the jetpack still lights up. So pretty cool. And then the has lights on his legs too. I don't know how to get those to go. All right, that's annoying. No, stop it. But anyways, pretty cool toy. I don't know what they're going for right now though. Are they expensive now? Even more expensive?
I imagine so. I imagine those things go up at Christmas time just sort of naturally.
Everybody's watching Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I remember seeing it, and I never found one in the wild at a toy store, ever. So I didn't really get a chance to look at them until like a toy show a decade or so later.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew it's like, I gotta have one of these. I gotta find one. Anyways, I don't know where I'm gonna put them now. Put them right. Anyway, can you impersonate Arnold Schwarzenegger holding it up? Jamie, I got you the Turbo Man doll.
Not bad.
He's got the booster and the light and he says it's turbo time. It's such an awful movie. It's a terrible movie, but I love it.
I haven't sat through the whole thing.
I hadn't in a long time. It's probably since I was a kid. Actually, I wasn't really a kid when that movie came out, but since I was a youth, but I watched it with the kids last year. I was like, this is kind of fun, and the kids really dug it. Zach, who is 5 now, he's 6, and Alex is 3. They really dig it. Fun movie. Plus, it's cool to see the old toy stores. Mm-hmm. I think they have Playco Toys in there, which was one of the big toy stores where I grew up. So anyway, it's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Let's see. What did All Music Fan? Oh no! All Music Fan in the hospital last couple of weeks, had heart surgery and now diabetic. Holy moly!
Oh man,
I'm recovering, feeling better every day though. I missed too many videos. All Music Fan. Sorry to hear that, but glad to know you're on the mend.
Yeah, definitely.
So all things considered in 2020, I know that sucks, but you're at least home and recovering, and that's great. So very thankful for that. Just be thankful he didn't want a Cobra Trooper. Oh man, I wouldn't be able to do it. Let's see. Colleen says, I'm only here for the gum to make sure you don't poison yourself on air. When am I going to poison myself on air? I don't know. What is she referencing? Hope you have a speedy recovery, All Music fan. Indeed. Glad you are here, All Music fan. Let's see. Let's keep going. John the Mend. He's not wrong. It's awful. It's a terrible movie. It's really bad. Get the Turbo Man to the chopper. Oh man. A lot of love for All Music fan. Your arm just sounds more like Gru from Despicable Me. Probably.
That's what I was just
laughing
laughing
at. I had
at.
a good impression. You guys asked me to do it. Let's see. Turbo Man inbox on 11/15 for $390. Loose sold for $177.50 on 12/15. Whew. Oh yes. Oh my god, I forgot the gum. Colleen, can you bring that down? Thank you. If you can. I forgot it. I was going to do that today. Stallone.
Nothing Stallone.
I can't do a Stallone. If my Stallone, I feel like is it Mikey's impression from Ninja Turtles where they're doing like impressions? And it's the Ninja Turtles, and was it Michelangelo or Raphael? It was like, maybe I'll fight Apollo, or maybe I won't. Yo, Adrian. Yeah, my impression is the Ninja Turtles impression.
Right.
Rocky. Anyways, you're the disease and I'm the cure. Yeah, I can't do Stallone. Stallone's very unique, I feel like.
Yeah. He always has, it's a different tone every time.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. All right. So hopefully Colleen is bringing down this gum and I will set up a story.
Okay. I'm excited now.
Why I wanted to, I don't even know why I wanted to do this, but so I went to the flea market yesterday. Didn't get anything. So nothing to add to my toy hauls today, but they did have a sports card show. Which I did go to. I didn't even advertise it. There was no banners or anything. So it was pretty quiet in there. But I went in and there was actually like a collectibles guy in there and not somebody that sets up at the shows. Like you or I don't think would know him. First time ever this person set up before. But he had a lot of great vintage stuff. But oh my God, it was expensive. It was a really nice complete Ecto 1, Kenner Ecto 1. It had a box. It was kind of beat up. But it was a really nice, clean, white. Stickers look good. The Ecto 1. He wanted $350 for it.
Oh my God.
Which I know they've gone up, but they're not that much, right? Oh, no, it's in the bag upstairs.
The bag's not there
anymore. All right, let's bring me one of the sealed ones then.
I'm not on camera, right?
I don't think so.
I do not.
Colleen's in her Christmas PJs.
I'm in my pajamas and I love them and I have no regrets.
All right.
So it's like 10 o'clock at night.
Okay, all right, set up. Anyway, $350.
That's crazy.
And then I found he had like bins underneath, and he had a can of ectoplasm, and whenever I find those, I try to pick them out because you don't find them that often.
Mm-hmm.
So it was open and had a little break on the cap, and the ooze, the ectoplasm was completely solid. It wasn't liquid anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But it still had a little bit there in the bottom. It was and it wasn't a rare color. It was the purple. It was the original purple color. So I was like, oh, so what how much are you asking for this? It's in your bin here. And I don't know, maybe they're going for $80 now. I don't know.
Yep.
For a non-rare color. And what? Oh, okay.
Inside the life of Jay Glatfelter.
Exactly. It's very loud. So he was like, I'd like $150 for that. I was like, $150? It's like, well, yeah, well, I sold a yellow one and a blue one for $150. Like, well, yeah, it's a rare color. Those go for a lot.
Yeah.
Like, make me an offer. And I was like, I don't want to make an offer on something that's that pricey. He's like, all right, I'll take $100 for it. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I have 3 of these. It's if it's a good price and I find one, I'll buy it, but I don't need it.
Did it have the ghost in it?
No, it was just like a little bit of leftover gel, and the top was broken. Like it had a little crack in it. It still would display well, but
not $100.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Complete for 40. Yeah, I've been pretty lucky. I think most of the ones I bought are like $50 because again, I wait and I have ones. I think I showed one in a video once, still with the ectoplasm still oozy in there. But again, I think just like your biggest advice is just be patient. Eventually, you're going to find something for a good price. But anyway, when I came home, my youngest, Alex, leads with, "I'm sorry, Daddy, I broke your thing." And I was like, oh boy. All right, what did he get into? Really? And so there's just a moment of, all right, he got into something and broke it. And he didn't even like, I got in the door. And he said, "I broke your thing." So anyway, I quickly find out that it wasn't that big a deal. I have a few like sealed boxes still of the Ghostbusters 2 wax packs.
Yep.
So he had opened up a few. He loves Ghostbusters, maybe as much as I did as a little kid. So he found these and was opening them up. And he wisely, and they still have the gum in them, but he wisely did not partake in the gum because
it's probably a good thing.
Like solid pieces of bubble gum, or not from 1989 or 1988. Bubble gum. It's a complete piece of gum from a 1989 Ghostbusters 2 wax pack. So I said maybe I should eat one of these on the show. Do a taste test.
I bet it's just gonna like crumble into little bits. Like it won't even stick to itself.
Yeah, I don't think it. Yeah. What are you thinking here? Do you think it will? One, do you think it'll? I don't think it'll kill me.
Oh no, it won't kill you. I mean, even on Comic Book Men, they ate the box of old Batman cereal. I think you're good with gum.
Okay. All right. So here we go. There's a guy at a local flea market wanting $900 for a nearly complete. Good Lord. No thanks. Okay. So I thought it would be fun to try this out because again, it's been sitting sealed. I have not opened this case. I think I bought it at a local comic store in San Diego, California. For those that are from there, it's Comics and Stuff at Parkway Plaza. They had a few sealed boxes still. So I've had this for probably 20 years, and it's an additional, I don't know, 10 years older than that. So this is like 31-year-old bubblegum.
Does it still smell like regular bubblegum?
It smells like that
the inside of the package, cardboardy.
Yeah. Yep.
I miss that smell. I wish they made it in a candle.
They probably could. All right. So anyway, you ready? Should I do it?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Oh, wait. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Is it like, is it just like powdery or little pieces?
Yeah. It literally kind of got really chalky and then just dissolved in my mouth. So I couldn't spit it out. But there was a moment, the first few bites, it did have a bit of the taste of what it was back 31 years ago. Like it did bring me back. But then it very quickly turned into a very chemically taste. And then now it just tastes like the cardboard. Now, like I feel like I've eaten the card itself. Yeah. So clearly, like the first bit of taste was that original gum, then whatever chemical compounds kept it together, and then the infused cardboard in the gum.
You probably don't need the vaccine anymore. They probably took care of that.
Can't get the Rona now.
You know what it sounded like when you put it in,
What?
and it made an audible breaking noise. Have you ever seen when they do like there used to be a show called Movie Magic, and it would show how they make sound effects in movies for like bones breaking and things, where they would like snap celery stalks and like clap coconuts together for it sounded like when you bit into that, it was like bones breaking.
Oh my god. I just drank some bourbon, so the alcohol will disinfect
Right. I think you're all set.
my mouth. All right, there you go. There's some fun for our Christmas. Oh my god. Colleen, oh my god, just put it in your mouth, dude. Do it. So much peer pressure from my own wife. I didn't have a choice to swallow. It just kind of dissolved, and then I've ingested it.
Oh man, we're gonna need a follow-up on this.
Yeah. And the thing is, we're not gonna be here next weekend because John is hopefully traveling home. You've been quarantining, and hopefully you're traveling home to see family. And I may not be back the weekend after that because I may be traveling as well. So we may not be back till the new year, which will pick our favorite toys of 2020. Will probably be that episode. But yeah, the wife has spoken. You got to know. I did it. I do not need bar fat. It wasn't that bad, honestly. It was not that bad. It could have gotten a lot worse. It did have the flavor at first of that crappy gum. Never.
It was like just the final microscopic coating on the outside of the gum.
It had the feel for a second. JMT 14. They normally shout. It did well to John's point. It did sound like breaking bones, but it did have a little bit of a gum give to it, surprisingly. After all this time, when you said that, I thought about the Sideshow commercial where the guy's drinking his coffee and looks out the window to see his kid playing with his figs in the sandbox. Again, like I try to be very, as long as it's a toy that I don't think will break, like go ahead and play with it. I don't mind. And I generally try to keep the rare, expensive stuff or the more brittle stuff out of reach, save for the USS Flag, just because it's going to be on the floor. But other than that, most of everything's out of immediate reach. But again, I don't want to be that dad's like, you could never touch this stuff. I'm like, well, I usually say like, well, this one thing can break, buddy, so why don't we play with this? That's my usual response. Jagers, science. Old School Shinobi, is there an empty bed near you? All Music Fan 88J may need to be admitted. You're not wrong. Not wrong. Fish Shaker, the new segment, Jay eats his collection. Might be one of the, I have some of those candy head things.
Oh yeah.
Never eat anything more aged than the booze you're drinking. It's good, as are wise words. Old School Shinobi.
Good advice.
Very, but there's 30-year whiskey. Like if you're buying certain, there's like 25-year Macallan, right? So I don't know.
So does that mean you can have like a 24-year-old piece of gum? You're still okay.
Try Pepsi Crystal. I still have some bottled Crystal Pepsi from a couple years ago when they brought it back. I also have a bunch of High C Ecto Cooler. I bought so much of that, so I still have that. Holly said, should I bring down the 4-year-old Ectoplasm? Yes, I have a can of Ecto Cooler. It's been in the fridge for 4 years. We'll do that for Halloween one year or something.
You might want to be careful with that. I've seen the inside of like a 5-year-old Capri Sun, and it is disgusting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What about a can? What about the can of Ecto Cooler?
I got a feeling it would be the same result.
Really?
Because the pouch of the Capri Sun is sort of like an aluminum type. You know,
Mhm.
I have a feeling that it would be the same case where it looked like a slug. It's solidified.
Okay, what if it's been in the fridge the whole time, so it's refrigerated?
Put it in alcohol, you know, so it kind of disinfects it as well.
Oh man, the flag breaking will be heartbreaking. Yeah, I mean they're pretty good. They do know like, hey, you can't stand on that. Even though there at one point early on when I had it there, I believe one of the little kids did stand on it, and it didn't break or anything, so it's still strong enough. But again, not to it was just anywho. Everything was fine. It was fine. I have some vintage Max Headroom candy and ET vitamins. Next show, just eat vintage food. I don't watch that. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Let's see. I know sometimes I feel like Will Ferrell from the Lego movie when my 4-year-old wants to play with something. Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to be the Will Ferrell character in the Lego movie. So it's like for me, it's like you can play with it within reason, as long as it's not going to break. And P Dub says botulism is real. I agree. I don't think this is a botulism scenario. But if this is my last Toy Geeks, it was great. It was great being here with you all. So did he, Jay Griffiths. I think they drank all the juice boxes, but still have one left in the fridge, like it's some Ghostbuster talisman or something. I have a whole bunch. I have a whole bunch of still, and we drank a whole bunch of it, my son and I, especially because I think it had a shelf life of a year or something, or that was like the date they put on, like another year. So Zach and I drank a whole bunch of it that first year, but I still have tons. Like when it finally hit our Harris Teeter, like I think I just like took it all because they were selling it for like $1.99 a box or something like that.
Yeah, you were still bringing them to toy shows.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Juice
I forgot
boxes.
about that. I got a whole bunch of them. But it was one of those things like I haven't had this in 30 years. God, and I know the movie kind of screwed everything up. And there's kind of rumors that there's going to be a Ghostbusters cereal for the movie.
Really?
Awesome. Yeah, there's in like solicitations for grocery store retailers, there is like Ghostbusters cereal. There's no box art or anything. I assume we would have gotten it when the movie came out, but maybe next summer we'll get that. Who knows? But if they do Ghostbusters cereal, they gotta bring back Ecto Cooler. They just
Did they do those like pudding pie things too?
Yes. Yep.
Like they did with the turtles.
Mm-hmm. Wait, in the 80s? I don't think they did a pudding pie in the 80s, but this year they did have these different little type of treats like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, the turtle slime pie.
Those are so good.
What I would give for one of those again. I still remember the taste.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember eating them regularly. That green on the because the Hostess pies are great anyway. Like the crust is so good.
Yeah.
But something about the green with I think it was just like a custard cream filling.
Yeah, it didn't really have a specific flavor. I would say, if anything, was like vanilla.
Yeah, like a vanilla custard, almost like the same that's in a Boston cream donut.
Yeah,
almost exactly the same as that. But something about the green icing just made it
tasted better.
It just made it better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. And Turtles has been around so much. I can't believe Hostess hasn't. And maybe it's a licensing thing, but God, they got to make that happen because if there's anything now, we've got an Ecto Cooler, and I want it back again. But honestly, I would still put the slime or the ooze pies, whatever they call them, the Hostess turtle pie, or was it turtle pie? I don't know. Anyways, they were amazing, so good, and I know I'm not alone in that. It is everyone's favorite, but that was the king of lunch boxes for a while. Like the trade and bartering that happened with lunches back when we were kids was legendary. And if you had a TMNT pudding pie,
yep,
woo,
my snack time was always on point.
Yeah,
with that, yeah, it was always like the pudding pies and Kit Kats. That was was like a constant. Yeah.
Oh man, lucky as hell. For me, it was usually fruit roll up, a sandwich, high C of some sort.
Hmm.
And if it was a treat, I'd have a TMNT pudding pie in there, and usually an apple or something. And then as time went on, pudding pie was still the best. Or remember the Squeeze-Its? I freaking love Squeeze-Its.
I never had one of those.
No,
No.
they don't make them anymore, but Squeeze-Its were amazing. We should do an episode just on our favorite snacks.
Past and present.
I kept one too, Colleen, but my will is weak and Ectocooler is really good. Yeah, I feel we had our fill. Like I didn't feel like we left any stone unturned, but I didn't drink as much as I should have. But I didn't want to drink it all. Dunkaroos in it, but they brought Dunkaroos back though. Dunkaroos are back. I've seen them.
Yep, they are back. I've seen those too.
Another legend of the lunchbox. Those are back. They brought everything back, I think, save for Squeeze-Its and TMNT pudding pies. TMNT pudding pies, number one on the list. Number one on the list. Pacman Cereal was my favorite. I never dug the branded or the themed cereals.
Yeah.
Especially the Ralston. I think it was Ralston in most of them, right? They're kind of Crunchberry just Crunch knockoffs usually. And
yeah.
For me, it was always Captain Crunch Berries. Was always my go-to cereal as a kid. What was your morning?
Honey Nut Cheerios. It was and still is. Yeah. I never liked marshmallows in cereal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the texture of them, and I know people like go crazy over them. There's boxes of nothing but the marshmallows now for some of them, and I just don't get it. I don't like it.
So I liked those, but the problem was like with Lucky Charms, I did like the marshmallows, but the cereal itself was garbage. I hated the cereal. So, we get it one time and I would literally just eat out the marshmallows and leave the cereal. So my parents would never, ever buy it again. But Crunch Berries as a whole, like the Captain Crunch is pretty good. And then you put the Crunch Berries in there. To me, that was the perfect cereal. But I am also with you. Honey Nut Cheerios was also a very good. I still like Honey Nut Cheerios today. Or at least I feel we don't really get Crunch Berries anymore because it's not a healthy cereal. At least Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah.
Is more.
I get that and Raisin Bran Crunch. I've eaten that for years. Those two, that's it.
Raisin Bran's great. Raisin Bran is great. But to me, there was never a great because even Ghostbusters cereal, real Ghostbusters cereal, really neat. I just never really liked the cereal, so we didn't get it. So that is that. Scott Eric, who I've known for a long time from the podcasting world. Well, I had a few cool toys in my younger years involving toy engines from Lego to Micronauts, Star Wars, or Galaxy Capsule. The best had to be around 75, 76, which a complete set of Mego Star Trek figures and the Mego Starship Enterprise bridge set. Still my favorite holiday toy haul of all time. Well, nice. We'll close out the show with our favorite holiday toy hauls, which you probably should get to because we're already 38 minutes in.
I know, and this turned into a talking food.
We did turn into that. I only ever had Cinnamon Life or cream of wheat, maple brown sugar. Never liked Life cereal, but Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cookie Crisp. Cookie Crisp is pretty good. Baby Yoda cereal ain't bad. It's like kicks with marshmallows. I've seen the Baby Yoda cereal. Alex, my youngest, loves Baby Yoda. Maybe we'll get it at some point in time. We need more action figures of cereal mascots like the Captain. There really isn't a lot, and the ones that have happened, like especially the vintage ones, are pretty valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Fruity Pebbles was a fave when I was a child. Loved how the milk tastes after dissolve. I love the commercials for Fruity Pebbles. Never loved the cereal. Nowadays I eat flax and pumpkin seed granola with almond milk. Damn, that's a crunchy, healthy cereal. Good for you. Food geeks, indeed. All right, let's quickly do our toy hauls, and then we'll talk about our favorite Christmas toy hauls. And like Scott Eric shared his, would love to hear yours as well. So definitely feel free to write them in the chat. John, you sent me a picture. I didn't. There we go. I did get it. Let me make sure I just put it on the
Yeah, one of those. Yeah.
You're gonna hear it going to my computer right now from my phone. Thank you, AirDrop. All right. So do you want me to go first or do you want to go first? I can't remember exactly.
I don't remember. You can go first if you want.
Okay. I don't have much. I thought maybe again with the flea market, there's a few things that definitely interest me, but it just didn't land. That one guy had cool stuff, but again, $350 for an Ecto one. Get out of here. Maybe $200 on the high side. I don't know. That's what I saw. They're like $175 for a complete Ecto one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe another $25 for the box, or it wasn't a great shape box. I don't know. But anyway, this came in the mail. Really excited for it. My Green Ranger from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Now, Green Ranger's my favorite since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first of the vintage Bandai figures that I got and was able to find. The Dragon Sword set. I think I've talked about it on the show before. So absolutely had to get a Green Ranger, and Hasbro, I think it's been out before, but they re-released it. This is like the evil Green Ranger, which, let's be honest, that's the coolest one. When Tommy was the bad guy, and his head sculpt is like the bad guy.
Yeah.
Tommy head sculpt. Which, you know, it's funny, the Power Rangers Lightning Collection head sculpts we've talked about before are not great, but this one's pretty good. They've done enough Tommies at this point that it's not bad.
Yeah. But I mean, what are the chances you'll display it with the unmasked head anyway?
Never. Because nothing.
Was that a Pulse purchase?
Yeah, this was Pulse. So again, takes forever. They dropped this at Hasbro Pulse Con.
Mm-hmm.
When did we do that? Was it October? September? I think it was September.
Yeah, something like that. It feels like forever ago now.
Not known for speed, but that's okay. All right. John, what is your toy haul this week?
All right. So this toy haul has been like 2 weeks in the making. Because it
keeps on giving.
Yeah, it was 6 boxes. So there was a guy on eBay that had listed a lot of, I don't know, like 10 or 12 pounds of parts, and it was mostly Masters of the Universe classics. Like weapons, heads, armor, just fodder, body parts. So in his listing, he said that he had more to list. So I messaged him. I bought that lot. I messaged him and I said, you know, whatever you list, like if you want to send me pictures prior to you listing, you know, that'd be great. So he did that, and then he just set them up all as private listings. Mm-hmm. He ended up listed 6 different lots, and there was about 100 pounds of parts altogether.
100 pounds?
Yeah. So that came out of one box, and those are gallon bags. So that is, I think that box was like, I think it was 18 pounds of, you know, it's like I said, it's heads, arms, and legs. Because this guy was like a customizer.
Yeah.
And then he just bought figures like in bulk. It seemed like, you know,
it's not cheap to buy classics figures in bulk.
No. And he must have been getting it at the time, you know, when they did like Cyber Monday sales, and then the Christmas sales where you could get like, you know, 10 figures for $100 or something like that.
Yeah.
But there was parts in there that didn't necessarily belong to common figures. There was plenty of rare parts in there.
Okay, I see. Yeah, it's a modern He-Man head right there. Was that from the Snake Man set?
Yeah, from the King Hiss and Snake Armor He-Man 2-pack.
Yeah.
So that head alone is selling for like $40.
Jeez. That's crazy.
And out of all of it, like right now, I haven't even worked through everything. This box is full of just heads.
All right, let's hold on. I mean, get your big screen here. Let's stop here. Let's go big screen. All right, go ahead.
So I have them all in bags so far.
Oh my gosh.
That's just heads. So he did send me one box of just heads that had some other mixed stuff. Like there was some Legends and DC Classics heads in there, but there was like 8 pounds of just heads in one box. And you got to figure like one head weighs like 2 ounces.
Yeah.
It's nuts. So anyway, between all that stuff, there had been some like mixed things. So I was able to put together a couple Glyos figures from the Outer Spacemen line.
Oh, really?
Yeah, these figures are awesome. If anybody out there has ever got these, they were originally created by Color Forms
Mm-hmm.
back in the 60s. They were supposed to go with Major Matt Mason figures. So then the Four Horsemen had redone these with Mel Burnkrant from the Outer Spacemen that created them.
Mm-hmm.
So there was enough parts in these bags to put a couple of these guys together. This one's one of my favorites. I think his name is Gemini. This guy.
Oh, dude. And that was in the parts bags?
Yeah. And because they're Glyos, like they just come apart.
Yeah.
So they just kind of all like
that's cool.
Like that. And then this one I was really surprised because I never see these things ever. The Four Horsemen before Mythic Legions, they had a line called Gothotropolis.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some at first they were sort of like they really looked like these like weird satanic sort of beast figures with like big horns on their head.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them were like con exclusives back in the 2000s, and they're very expensive. They're like $200 to $400 each. And then they did this other series called Gothotropolis Timekeepers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's these little things right here.
Oh, wow.
Where it's these little sort of gremlin guys that have an hourglass mallet.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like I don't know, 7 of these things that I was able to put together in these parts.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
And I've gone through maybe half of it.
Yeah.
And like I opened up one box and I put a pile together that was about a foot tall and maybe like 15 inches wide of just Masters parts, just He-Man stuff.
That's insane. Wow. That's a great find. I mean, and again, in this world where there's not as many in-person things to hunt or find, especially non-main retail toys. That's a great find.
Yeah, and I've said it before. If you're gonna buy something, buy it complete because the parts are worth more than the whole. And you'll see like a He-Man figure, a classics figure. If you split it up and sold the armor, the head, the weapons, you'll get 2 or 3 times as much.
Yep.
As what it's actually, going for.
Yep. That's crazy. That is crazy. Go in here. For the if you wanted the head sculpt of Tommy, people use them for unsuited customs. So there you go. Brad Brooks shared a TVC mock game, so he'll probably blow up this week. Very good. That's a good joke. Very good. Dude that played Tommy died, didn't he? Don't you want his unmasked head staring at you from the shelf? I don't know if Tommy died. I thought somebody else may have passed. The guy, he's still alive, right? The guy that played Tommy?
Yeah. Jason.
Yeah.
Jason David Frank.
Yeah, Jason Frank. Yeah.
Yeah, he's alive. It was Trini, I think, who passed away.
Trini died a while ago. But I think there's another one. Oh no, somebody murdered somebody recently.
Yeah, that wasn't Mighty Morphin.
No, it was a later series.
Yeah, I think it was like Dino Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yep. Jacob says no, he's still alive. Let's see. Gizmo says, "Are you guys not doing Appleboxes anymore?" So good question. The website that I set up to do the podcast has had issues. People have been hacking it. Because it's part of another network that I own. So the hope is we'll have everything rectified in the new year, and then they'll start posting on the podcast feed then. So Gizmo, I apologize. So video only right now until we get some of the stuff worked out. Again, hopefully in the new year, the podcast feeds will be good to go. It is it's a 1 to 2 man crew running all the web stuff for all of this. So it's as quickly as we can fix it all. But hey, it's free. This is all free, so it's what we can do. It's what we got. Let's see. Where are the bodies? Hey, listen, you just said you put those glasses.
Yeah, there was no He-Man bodies in there. It's just parts.
This is great work, guys. Always enjoy your podcast. Thank you, Ollie. Also says really digging those Inhumanoids. Yeah, that right there. Yeah, there. Just missing one of the big ones, but I don't really have room for him if I get him. Like that's my Inhumanoid space just above that Detolf right there. If I get really any more, I'm going to have to figure something else out, and I'm kind of maxed out, so I don't know. We'll see if we can figure that out. I still want the Great Screaming Eagle from Gothtropolis.
That figure's awesome.
T Ponder, I always buy my Motu figures without any accessories because it always makes them so expensive. But then you don't have you need some accessories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Colin says it should be fixed now. Yes, I've said it. So hopefully in the new year we'll be back online. Let's see. Wild Forest Red Ranger murdered his roommate. So there you go. Don't room with former Red Ranger. All right. Now it is time for what we talked about, or at least what's in the thumbnail. So if you're finding this off of searching it, you're gonna be really ticked. But I would think most people here enjoy this show and what we do every week, which is a bit of everything. But all right, favorite toy hauls, Christmas toy hauls of all time. So John, you had this pretty dope picture that you shared with me.
Mm-hmm.
And
I dug up about a dozen more photos, but that one is probably the most awesome.
let me pull it up here. And now this may not be your favorite toy of all time, but I at least wanted to share it. Also, this happened a lot in our day, that putting a TV on top of an older TV, like the TV would break and then you'd put another TV on top of it. Maybe while you waited for the TV repair person to come fix it.
I think it's because those console TVs weighed like 900 pounds.
They are heavy.
So once it died, that became a new TV stand.
I mean, you may have seen it before, but I have a console CRT TV.
Mm-hmm.
It is so freaking heavy. Colleen helped me, and she has weak arms, so it was really difficult. But we got it in this room. All right. So
there I am.
looking snazzy.
I know.
Is that a turtleneck or a polo? Striped polo, striped turtleneck.
I think it's just the way it looks. I don't think it's either.
Okay. All right. So a fantastic toy haul.
Mm-hmm.
Now is that an 8-back Beastman? Because there's no the original, or was it only the He-Man and Skeletor had the original on it?
I think it was only He-Man and Skeletor, because that mini comic, it looks like it could be the Obelisk.
Okay.
Or Dragon's Gift, maybe. That doesn't look like an 8-back mini comic in there.
Okay. Now this is your sister, I'm assuming.
Yep, digging into my antenna.
Yeah,
while I'm not looking.
Yeah, like so. Here you are, excited, posing in front of the hall before you, and your sis is opening up your antenna. Dang.
She was probably eyeballing that thing while I'm I'm counting down 1, 2, 3 cheese. And
it's like, here's my chance.
And she had the corner of the bubble cracked already.
Mr. T.
I loved that Mr. T. I want to get that again.
He pops up every now and then. I'll keep an eye out for you. The actual Power Sword role play sets.
Yep.
Stinkor
and Moss Man.
Looks like some master sweater, some PJs maybe.
Yep. I got Roboto there. I got He-Man socks.
That's a good haul. Cabbage Patch Kids something.
Yeah, that's probably my sister's. I don't remember that. But what I take from this picture
Mhm.
is, you know how whether it's Christmas or your birthday,
Yeah.
there's always going to be like maybe, 25% of whatever your gifts are, it's always going to be clothing. And you
Mm.
kind of like, I don't want this. Like it's almost a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
What I like about this picture is
Mhm.
even though like it is like 25% clothing, all the clothing is still He-Man.
Oh man, that's a very good point. Very good point. And would be cherished if you still had them today. Some
Yep.
vintage He-Man tees. They might not fit anymore, but
I have a picture of me wearing that He-Man dress up set as well.
Oh really?
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, great haul. And if I had to, now I do have video footage from quite a few of my Christmases, but I kind of keep going back to the one I've shared on this channel before. It was in 1988, and the reason why this one is going to be my pick here is I thought I had it opened here. Nope, I guess I closed it. The reason why that one for me is my favorite of maybe top 3, 4, whatever. But one I'm probably gonna pick here today is because 88 was a really great year for toys because you had like, at least for me, you had peak Ghostbusters, and then you had the start of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mhm.
You just had a whole bunch of stuff, and my Christmas that year represented that. So I had a lot of Turtle stuff, a lot of Ghostbusters stuff. And 88 was the first year of Turtles. So it was like the, soft head, first Turtle stuff. And then 88, you have still a lot of good Ghostbuster stuff. So, and then again, I got that Power Wheels Bigfoot, which to this day is one of my favorite, Christmas morning toys of all time. And it's something that I wish I could find today. It's one of those one of the biggest regrets of toys that I did not keep from a kid, which it makes sense. It was huge. So like how my parents are going to drag that thing around, and we moved a lot. And I didn't make it past, let's see, from that point I got it. We think we moved like 3 more times. I didn't make it past the second move after I got it, but it was awesome. I'll share a little clip here of me Christmas morning. Where is it at? But can I also just give a shout out and kudos to my parents who were really young, and we were incredibly poor. But my dad still, and for some reason they spent way too much money on a camcorder. If you're watching, I can't believe you bought a camcorder considering how poor we were, but they bought it on credit. So a lot of great financial decisions, but they did. And it's great for me now because we have this footage. But my dad would dress up as Santa Claus, and then he would come in with a trash bag with the presents, and then put the presents under the tree. And this one wasn't as sly because I was younger. But they would say, like, "Oh my God, we filmed Santa, bringing in your Christmas presents." And so much of it, like my belief in Santa Claus was because I had video footage of Santa Claus putting my presents under the Christmas tree. And, so whenever kids would try to bring up to me, first, second, third grade, like, no, Santa isn't real. I was like, no, man, I got footage. I have videotape proof that Santa Claus is real because he was in my house, my apartment, putting out presents. So again, kudos to my dad dressing up in the middle of the night, Christmas Eve, and was more successful than Phoebe Cates' dad in Gremlins at being Santa Claus. Let's see. So going to Christmas morning, opening up some of these toys. I want to at least go to some good stuff. Here we go. My voice is annoying.
Santa Claus.
Also, I was slow as hell opening these gifts. It's really annoying. Me and my mom were like, "All right, let's move this along." So there is the real Ghostbusters Play-Doh set.
Ghostbuster Play-Doh.
Nice.
I love this set. There's been a few times I've been able to buy it possibly, but it just didn't work out. But it's a set I still kind of look forward to this day to try and find again.
That's not yours.
But then this next one I thought was cool. It is the Highway Haunter, which is another one of my favorite real Ghostbuster vehicles.
I got Ghostbuster Car Racer.
Another one for me.
I found my present.
Where's my presents?
Oh,
Let's let JJ open this first.
I opened my first.
So there you go. There's a sneak peek into what's this next present? I don't know. Oh, it's a box. Oh no, maybe
Was he
not.
awake? He came into your room? Really?
Let's see.
You were a good boy last night. You didn't come out of your room.
The knife and Play-Doh.
Oh, more Play-Doh.
More Play-Doh.
Cut everything out.
There you go.
You couldn't get me, Zachy. You couldn't get me.
Why?
Oh my god! I called.
Okay, keep going. You got lots
I can't
more.
call him Zachy. Anyways, so my dad is my stepdad, and so I don't think they were married yet. But anyways, I called him Jackie. But I just realized I called him Zachy, like I call my friend Zachy. That's funny. I'm seeing it for the first time with you, or at least since I was a kid. Anywho, so there's one of my favorite Christmas. I've shared actual video footage of one of my favorite Christmas toy hauls. 88, tons of soft head turtles, tons of Ghostbusters. So my real name's Jeremiah Joseph, so I was always JJ as a kid. And it wasn't until later that I started going by Jay, because JJ, unless you're a sports star or a movie director, it's a little kiddie.
I think you could carry it.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
But it's more too, it's just like when I started a podcast years ago, 15 years ago, being JJ in a podcast was just, I don't know, it didn't sound right. But there you go. There's even more of my history. So really, that's how I know if you're friends with me from my childhood days, because those friends still call me JJ. Let's see. Do you still have the Play-Doh, Jay? Maybe you'd like to taste it. No. But my kids love Play-Doh, and to me, there's few smells as good as like a fresh can of Play-Doh. I love that smell. All right, that's mine. Let's see. Did we have any in the chat? Their favorite Christmas hauls? We go old school Shinobi. Let's bring it up here. I would always get a great haul for Christmas. My dad liked the toys as much as I did. Remember one year I was so hyped to get the original G.I. Joe hovercraft with Cutter figure. Yes, the whale, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Whale's that's a
yeah.
great.
My dad was sort of the same way. As I'm looking through these old pictures, after like presents were opened and everything, you know, it was always like my dad would go to the kitchen table and bring like all of my stuff that needed assembly, and like he would just get to work, you know. So I have a bunch of pictures where like he's here building like a Dino Riders toy, a construct set, my aerators, like the slime.
Let's hold some up. Let's see if you're fine sharing them. Not to put you on the spot. But my mom. Well, my dad did the bigger sets, and he was really bad at putting stuff together. So, that's awesome. I love it. My dad was really bad at putting stuff together. So that Bigfoot, he assembled it wrong, and some parts would just fall off Right. And then my mom would do the smaller ones with the stickers and everything. And sometimes she'd do a good job. But there's some of those old toys I have today where clearly like half, well, you're tired, Chris. I'm not going to give my parents a hard time, but like, so this Bigfoot, the license plate is askew, or the back sticker for the engine is skewed. But anyways, they're doing their best. So that's a great one. Let's see. Classic action figures. My two most memorable Christmas gifts were the original Millennium Falcon and the Playmobil Castle 3450. Now, I don't remember the Playmobil Castle, but let me pull that up here. Let's
check that out.
I'm sure it's great because Playmobil makes great stuff. Playmobil. Sorry.
I've never been really familiar with Playmobil. Even in all my toy selling, I think I've bought and sold one Playmobil set.
That's a good castle. Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What year was that? If it came out with, or well, depends what Falcon, I guess.
Yep. It seems like it was around for a while. So 80s, but yeah, it has like a Tudor kind of siding there.
That's awesome.
That's really, really, oh, dang, it's small on your screen. But anyway, stop sharing. Okay. It's great. Let's see. Never got the hovercraft. I want characters more than vehicles, but I did want it. Well, to me, it was usually like Christmas or birthday was when you got a chance to get a playset or a vehicle. Those were not, you did not get a playset or vehicle, or unless it was a tiny vehicle outside of Christmas and birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So that was generally when you'd get that. I was much more in the figures, but there were some vehicles that were just unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, G.I. Joe, any 3 3/4 inch line is basically made to make vehicles for. And G.I. Joe and Star Wars arguably had the best vehicles. This looks like the setup found for found footage. Let's see. Jay Griffith says, usually I agree with the heck of me when people call me JJ. I didn't mind it. I just, there was that point in my early, late teens, early 20s where I was like, I can't, JJ is a kiddie name. I got to be something different. But I don't mind it. My wife calls me JJ, and all my old school buddies and stuff still call me JJ. That Big Powers looks awesome. I was a little old when they were popular, and I always meant I was too big to have one. It's to me, it's like the first big Power Wheel was that I think it came out first in '86. That Power Wheel Bigfoot, I love it. I would love to find one. If anybody's got a lead, I want one. Again, same with John. My dad would get to work on assembly and decal duty. It's for me, for my boys now. It's like, all right, let's get to work.
And they can't wait for you to get it finished so they can play with it.
Yep. I'll never forget getting the Atari and playing Pacman all day, sitting in front of our big floor model TV. Yeah, video games. Again, video games were so expensive. That was usually a Christmas kind of thing. I said we didn't have much money, but I remember getting a Transformers Grotesque and a Battle Beast Pirate line with Deer Stalker, a few other toys, but those two were my favorites. Awesome. PD Deb says I remember getting the GB Firehouse for Christmas circa 1990. Awesome. I'm trying to remember if I got the Firehouse Christmas or birthday. It might have been birthday, but definitely Firehouse was a big one. And those Firehouses are indestructible. So much so that my almost 3-year-old, I gave him a Kenner Firehouse. And he breaks a lot of things, but he hasn't broken that one yet. Knock on wood. Brad Brooks says, definitely remember getting the Jurassic Park compound. I did not. I had some of the dinos, never got the compound. But in fairness, I don't know if I ever asked for that one, to be honest. Playmobil made some great stuff. I saw some vintage Playmobil weapons I'll use with displaying a certain figure. I never had Playmobil as a kid. They just it wasn't. I was more of a Lego kid. I always thought Playmobil was rich kid toys.
Yeah,
But
me too.
I always only saw them at like specialty shops and stuff like that. But I think it was probably similarly priced to Legos, but maybe it just wasn't as accessible. I don't know. But I just remember they're like, oh, that's when I go to my rich friend's house. They got
They have this Playmobil thing.
Playmobil. I decided to touch up paint on my Gwildor figure. Yes, Gwildor. Hey, that figure's getting kind of pricey nowadays, isn't he? Maybe.
Yeah, he's like tripled in value. You before he was like a $20 figure.
Yeah. Which is lame. Gwildor, the base screen Orko, indeed. Ordinary Joe 79, 1989 Batmobile Jet and all the figures, 100% from Toys R Us. Yeah, even though the Kenner one is better, the one I got was the Toy Biz Batmobile. And that was my Batmobile for much of my childhood. And so it has an endearing place in my heart, but it is not my favorite by today's standards. It's the Superpowers Batmobile is the best. And a friend of mine had one, and I always lusted for that Batmobile. But I had the Toy Biz one, and it's fine. I don't regret it.
When I saw
A little bit.
The Superpowers one, I always thought it was from like an ancient time, like
Yeah.
Adam West years. When I was a kid and I seen that, I was like, where did this magic come from?
Yes, and it wasn't that far. Like it was available when we were kids. Like right?
Yeah, it had only been a few years.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. But I remember, my dad and I used to go to swap meets like every Saturday or Sunday, every weekend. Or at least my parents were divorced, so like my dad, we would go whenever it was his weekend, we would go to the swap meet. And one of the times they had the Superpowers Batmobile with the Superpowers Batman and Superpowers Robin. And I remember pleading to my dad, like, please, can we get it? This is finally my chance to get this Batmobile. But he balked at the price. I think it was $20 or something. I don't know, in 1990 or something. But I wanted it so bad, so bad. But I didn't get it. But listen, it worked out. I've had a few. This is the one I've had for a long time now. It's a great toy. Let's see. Oh wow, T Ponder got Gwildor this week for $12.
Wow, for vintage or the classics one, Ponder?
Either or, I think that's good.
Yeah. Right? They're still both gone up in price.
All I said is never like the Playmobil figures. Sets are beautiful if they were made, but the figures look terrible. I don't mind. Like it's kind of I kind of dig it just from like an art pop kind of piece.
Yeah, it's like Little People-esque.
Yeah,
it has that sort of
yes,
that quality.
I agree. I like Little People more because I had those. So I do connect to those more. And there's something about Little People that still to this day, like I pick them up all the time because my boys, they love the Fisher Price, the vintage ones, the little ones. They love those sets. And even right now, like it's an absolute disaster out in kind of the playroom area outside of my office. But they set up a whole city of all the old Little People play sets. So the castle, the Sesame Street set, the Main Street set, the parking garage, the airport, the dollhouse, like everything. And they'll just sit there and play for hours with the Fisher Price Little People. So there's something enduring about some of those designs that even, some of those toys are 40 years old. I think the design itself is 50 or 60 years old. That still connects to kids to this day. Old School says Superpowers flat out on my top. Same here. Superpowers is one of the great toy lines of all time. I agree. Superpowers was a fun time to collect. So many memories. And what's great about it is there's only 33 figures. 34, or is it 33 with Clark Kent or 34 with Clark Kent? Either way, 33 figures. So it's a really fun line to collect. It does get a little pricey, but it's not impossible to get them all.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take up a whole lot of shelf space to have them all. The Classic Action Figure says the Little People sets were awesome. Yeah, they're amazing. I used to do that too. I have the Vintage Sesame Street Little People figs. Oscar pops out a little trash can. Yeah, the Sesame Street set I think is the best of the Little People. The castle or the Sesame Street set. In my collection, I have a complete Sesame Street over there displayed with all the Sesame Street characters. But I've had a few over the years, and I had another one with a bunch of the figures that's what the boys play with. All Music Fan says, I remember the Christmas where I got mask toys. It was really awesome. I got at least 10 items and had so much fun with those.
Wow.
Hope to come back someday. That's a great haul.
That is, yeah. That's a lot of mask.
Yeah. Mask is great. Colt, did your Toy Biz 89 Batman come with the shield cover like from the movie? Mine did. I printed that I had 2 Batmobiles. They all didn't come with. Mine did not, and it wasn't until my toy collecting years that I saw the ones with the cover. I was like, "What? I could have had that." There was a lot of variants out of those Toy Biz ones. Even the stickers were different on some of them.
Yeah,
it was so hodgepodge.
Didn't you have to mail away if you wanted the shell? Like if you got the Batmobile, I thought that there was a way that you could mail away for it.
Really?
Yeah, like after they manufactured it.
Yeah,
and it was included. I think that there was something out there because I've gotten order forms in collections where you can mail away for that shell if you already had the Batmobile. Yep.
Okay. I didn't know to do those things. There wasn't a successful mail a figure that I ever had. So my parents were never really good at that.
Oh no, I never got to mail in anything.
Yeah. We'd always like save them.
Mm-hmm.
We never actually said that.
I think my first mail-in that was successful was the Spirit of Obi-Wan.
And even that one, I don't think we were successful in. Like I remember saving because it was Fruit Loops or
it was Frito-Lay. It was Lay's potato chips.
Oh, you're right. You're right. The Han and Stormtrooper disguise was the cereal premium.
Yep.
But anywho, let's see. Did your Toy Biz? Yeah, okay. Mine did not. Christmas 95 got the Power of the Force 2, Millennium Falcon, and all the first series X-Wing TIE Fighter. Same here. 95. And I think I've said it on the show before. Yeah, again, parents divorced at a young age. And my dad and my parents also, like, they each bought me everything. So it was what started me as a collector was I was like, oh, I now have ones in box. I'm not going to return these and get different toys. I'm going to save all of these in a box, and then I'll open these to play with. And I'll be a collector, and that way I can keep buying toys, and it's socially acceptable. That was the thought, anyway. I think of the 89 Swamp Thing as the unofficial lost Superpowers fig because he was made from the mold done up for the aborted fourth wave.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I agree. And some people say that Batman Returns Catwoman, even that's a little bit different. But Christmas 88, I got the entire first wave of TMNT. The floor was covered in TMNT figures. So yeah, that video that I shared, you can see the soft head turtles that I got that year. And it's funny, for my birthday, I've shared that picture of me, I think in the Turtles Super 7 Turtles video I did. I got soft heads there too in 89, early 89. So and it's cool. Those are some of the ones like Turtles. I was able to save most of those from getting destroyed. Most of my Ghostbusters got destroyed by a dog that we had that chewed most of them up. So I have very few of the figures left, even though some of the vehicles, my proton pack, stuff like that from when I was a kid, they survived. Jake Griffiths, Christmas 91, got an SNES and a massive box of TMNT figures. That's a great haul. Any Christmas where you get the gaming system, that's a big one. I think it was Christmas 92, I got the Genesis. My uncle got me the Sega Genesis and Sega CD set, that combo one that they did.
Wow.
And it came with Sonic 2 and Sonic CD. Freaking love those games. I'm going to make my first custom this week. His name is Roostor, the evil rooster spy of Hordak. All
Very
right.
cool. Is it on a classic style or a vintage style? I'm curious.
That's a great question. Let us know. And our
Yep.
next episode, have some pictures or maybe progress or something.
Yeah.
Ollie, the only mail I ever got was the TMNT Cereal hologram T-shirt. It was worn between that and the Ghostbusters version. One of the hardest decisions. Oh, I was torn between that. One of the hardest decisions as a kid. Both valuable by today's standards, so you got that going for you. All right, well, that looks like the last of it. This is our last episode, at least for a couple weeks. So next week, John is traveling, so we won't be able to record. And the week following, I will probably be in a non-good internet situation. So we will be back after the new year. So January 3rd. It seems like forever away. It's only December 13th.
Yeah.
January 3rd, we will be back. So we'll be off for 2 Sundays and back on January 3rd. And on that one, we will pick our favorite toys of 2020. So we'll wrap that up on this channel. I'm currently working on a video picking my favorite toys from this Toys R Us Christmas Dream Book from 1985. What is contained within this vintage Toys R Us Christmas Dream Book from 1985? Well, you're going to have to wait till my video drops. Hopefully, probably Tuesday, if I'm going to be honest. I filmed a lot of this stuff today. I got to edit it. But really cool stuff in this 85 book. I'll give a little teaser here. Let's see. The first page as the Sectars.
Oh, the Hive playset. Look at that.
Playset. So be on the lookout for that coming on the Geek Dad Life channel. So when you see it, like you all that watch this show are the very engaged part of the Geek Dad Life YouTube channel. So when you see it, make sure you hit the like button and share it with your friends. This is my first time doing a video about a vintage toy wish book. This is the oldest one I could find. It's the oldest one I have, 1985. So excited to kind of dig into each page. I'm gonna pick my a toy from each page of this book, and I'll even show what my grand total in 1985 would be with all those toys, and then adjusted for inflation. Let's just say some of the toys get really expensive. So that Hive. Go ahead.
Will you do a price check in comparison, like not only inflation, like but value these, like if you actually paid for it today?
Yeah, that's. Oh man,
I know that's a lot of work.
It is, but maybe I should do that, or maybe we'll talk about it on our show. But I will say, so the Hive playset was $44.97 in 1985, and so adjusted for inflation, that would be $108 and some change.
Still cheap,
right? So the only one I've seen as complete as possible is the one you had at one point in time that you brought to a few toy shows and eventually sold. Was yours complete?
No, it was missing like the what do you call it? Like the walkway piece.
Okay.
It wasn't missing that much, but I sold it way too cheap because that thing is massive and I was tired of bringing it around. Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It is up there with the flags and the Eternia. Maybe not as, it's not as long as the flag, but it's the first time I ever saw one was the one that you had at the toy shows, and it's gigantic. It is huge.
I think it's 4 feet tall, and it has aluminum braces that hold it to support it upright. It's so big.
It's nuts. Absolutely nuts. So be on the lookout for that as kind of the Christmas special. So I have that, and then I'll also be re-releasing the Christmas special I did last year, Geek Dad Life, Lost in New York, an homage to Kevin McAllister, Lost in New York. It was only up for a short time last year because I walked in on a free concert from Idina Menzel, and I posted part of her singing, and it got flagged and got pulled. So I am going to remaster it and repost it probably the week of Christmas or before Christmas. So be on the lookout for that. So this week it'll be the Christmas toy book from 1985, and then the week following it'll be a re-release of the first Geek Dad Life Christmas special, Geek Dad Life, Lost in New York. Basically, I had a free night in New York by myself. I was on a work trip. It'll be probably eerie to see me in crowds of people back when we could do that last year. So be on the lookout for that. It'll be a lot of fun. And also, I will be doing a video documenting my toy room as it stands for 2020. That'll be in there, as well as a few more Screen Geeks with Ralph. And then John and I will be back on January 3rd. Quickly checking this. Whole School says vintage geek porn. Indeed. 85 was a great year for toys. It was a great year for toys. All Music Fan says looking forward to that video. Colin Glatfelter says you guys should tell Jay how great his thumbnail picture thing he looks for that video, because he had an A+++ #1 photographer who definitely put care into taking it. Colleen took the picture. You know what? Here, I'll give you a little inside scoop here. I can open it up, I think. I'm working on it. I'm not finished with it yet. Let's see. Oh, I will. Let's see. There it is.
Very cool.
You can even say I'm trying to figure out the text I'm going to put on there or what else I'll put with this, but that's the start of the thumbnail so far.
You should put something about time travel.
Right, I was thinking like like go back in time to a 85. It's hard to figure out how I say it or the title. Like I've already filmed my actual like words and everything, but the title needs to. So if anybody has any suggestions in the chat, let me know. But that's Colleen's picture she took for the thumbnail. Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy New Year and to new toys. Thank you, Ordinary Joe. Happy holidays, one and all. Thanks for great content, guys. Get well, All Music Fan. Indeed, yeah, get well, All Music Fan.
Absolutely.
We need you here as part of our crew of Toy Geeks. Yes. Happy Christmas Hana Kwanzaa. Yeah, to all of the holidays, all centered around the winter solstice, which December 21st this year is the rare Christmas star, the alignment of Saturn in Jupiter. I think it's Saturn and Jupiter. Is Saturn and Jupiter?
I just remember Jupiter. That's the only one I remember.
But it happens. It happened in 1264 was the last time it happened.
Mm-hmm.
This winter solstice, it's happening. You gotta see it. Happy holidays, everyone. Get well, All Music Fan. All Music Fans said happy holidays to all. Thank you, Jay. Great thumbnail photography. Happy holidays, everyone. Get well soon. All Music Fan. Hope everyone else has a great holiday season, uneventful end of 2020. May your spirits stay positive and your tests stay negative. Hashtag mom humor. Nicely done, Colleen.
Well done.
That's my wife, ladies and gentlemen. Old School laughs at that. Thank you, Colleen. 88, get well, my dude. Thanks, Colleen, the unsung hero of geeks. Indeed. She allows me to have all of this. She is definitely an unsung hero. Thanks, Joe. Classic action figures. I look insane. Hey, listen. That's good thumbnail art for the YouTube. You gotta be like, it clicks, okay?
Mm-hmm. It's got to have a clickbaity picture.
YouTube cares about click-through rate, so if you get low click-through rate, they won't put it in front of more people. It's a thing. Colleen is the unsung hero, like Amy from the A-Team. She really is. She does so much on the back side of things. Master Hoarder says, happy holidays, everyone. Good to see you, Master Hoarder. I don't think I've seen you in the chat yet, but good that know that you're here. I don't send pictures of my custom. That's a great question. Where is it at here? Hold on, I've got it. toygeekshow@gmail.com. Right there, the little front banner. Send us the picture once you got it. Go back to comments. 12/26, the last time the planets aligned.
Wow.
What they call the Christmas star, which is these two planets aligning almost perfectly, and it's such a bright star. They kind of think that was maybe the Christmas star or whatever.
Mhm.
And again, don't forget to hit the like button. That's important. It's really important. Like, share, all that fun stuff. All right. That is it. Hopefully, it's an hour and 30 minutes. Hopefully, this tides you over. So John and I are back together talking toys, where we're going to pick our top toys of 2020. I look forward to that, John.
Me too. I'm
and
excited.
happy holidays to everyone, whatever you celebrate. Happy holidays. If you celebrate nothing, hopefully you get the toys that you seek. And I hope everyone stays safe. And 2020 has been a horrible year on so many fronts.
Yeah.
So difficult on so many fronts. We only have a few weeks left of this year. We have a vaccine coming, and hopefully things will look much better in the year to come. John and I will see you in that new year. And until then, hasta luego. And yes, Screen Geeks is still going. We still have a few more to do, and more videos on the channel. So there will be stuff. But yeah. But until then, hasta luego and goodbye.